780 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty ldbc, Lions Den boxing community. For those who don't know, now you know. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. If you're digging the video, go ahead and share the video. Check it out, man. Y'all know I've been on vacation, so trying to catch up on a lot of news that I missed this past week. A few of you guys sent me emails and wanted me to discuss. One of them being Gervonta Tank Davis was sentenced in his hit and run case. He was sentenced. He went to court and gave him 90 days house arrest with 200 hours of community service and some other little things, minor things he has to do. All right. Now, the thing is this. According to the reports, they're saying that there was a lot of shenanigans going on in the courtroom. They say the judge was upset with Tank. They said Tank was making when the judge gave Tank 90 days instead of giving him jail time or some prison time. They said Tank had made like some type of funny face. Allegedly, he made some funny face or whatever, and the judge didn't like it. The judge thought it was disrespectful. All right. Also, the victim's attorney didn't like the fact that Gervonta Davis got sentenced to house arrest. They felt like he was getting preferential treatment because he was a celebrity. Now, they say the victim that gave an impact statement as well. So the victim came on the stand and said that apparently she was hit by Gervonta Tank Davis's Lamborghini or Ferrari, whatever he was driving. And allegedly Tank hopped out the car, called for a ride. Somebody came and scooped him, picked him up. She said that Tank never checked on her or asked her was she okay or apologized to her. This is all according to her. Said he never apologized to her. Said that supposedly that upset the judge as well. And the judge was like, telling Tank like you couldn't say 3 words. You couldn't just apologize for your reckless driving, blah, blah, blah. But nonetheless, the judge still only gave Tank 90 days, and that's without any jail time, okay? So Tank came out winning in this situation. Now, what's probably going to happen from this now is a civil lawsuit. The victim is going to sue Tank, most likely. I'm shocked that Tank Davis doesn't have anybody on this type of situation that would have paid the victim off by now. Got the victim on the record accepting a certain amount of money because this could get pricey for Tank. It really could. And I'm not sympathetic to Tank when it comes to this, reckless driving at all. I like Tank as a boxer. I support him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm real funny about this reckless driving situation because in my city of Milwaukee, we got a serious problem with reckless drivers. Okay. Now I've been driving all my life, never had no accidents, right? But in the last 6 months, I had 2. All right. One, some guy from Arkansas driving, speeding in the snow, tries to make a turn. He tries to make a right turn into a driveway, but he did it from the left lane, and I'm in the right lane. So he turned, and I slide right into him, right? So it was ruled as his fault. You know what I mean? It was an illegal turn he did. And, I still had to pay $500 deductible and wait forever to get my Escalade fixed. But in the meantime, they put me in another SUV, right, as a rental until my Escalade get fixed. I'm riding around this thing. The day before I'm supposed to turn it in, right, I'm at a red light. Completely stopped at a red light. Some dude not paying attention, speeding down Titonia. Boom! I saw him coming. I looked in my rearview mirror. I said, "Man, this dude ain't slowing down." Then he wasn't looking. See, I could see him through my rearview mirror. See his face. He was looking at his phone. He was looking down. Then when he looked up, he was shocked. He hit the brakes. Yeah! Boom! It didn't save him. He slid right into the back of the SUV, my rental, and messed up his hood of his car, right? Luckily, the rental that I had wasn't too bad. It had some scratches, a few dents on the rear bumper. But I immediately had to call the insurance company and report this mess. You know what I'm saying? And you know, dude was cooperative. He stayed on the scene and admitted to everything and all that kind of stuff. So cool, right? But the point is, people like that with their reckless driving can cost you your life. There's another incident that I talked about on my Patreon that happened recently. Now this one really shook me up. The other two was just whatever, but this one here made me fear for my life. I was actually driving my daughters to school, and so my kids is in the car. Right, I'm crossing the bridge. Right now, everybody knows that bridges can get very slippery, especially when it's cold. This was in the wintertime. So especially when it's cold and there's snow out and ice and stuff like that, you got to be very careful, okay? So I'm driving, okay? And out of nowhere, this dude, I guess he didn't like the fact that I was driving the speed limit, right? Paying attention to the snow. So it's these two cars, young boys. I don't know if they racing or they just don't care about life. I don't know what they was up to. But the dude cut in front of me, right? he passed me from the right side. He went to the right. He slid. It wasn't enough room for him to get past me, right? But he wanted to anyway, right? It's like a little bike lane. It's like enough room for a bike to get through there. This dude gets behind me, starts speeding up, right? So he forced me. He bullied me off that spot in case so I won't get hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna move so this dude won't hit me. So I move, and as I'm moving, his boy on the other side is doing the same thing from the left-hand side. So on both sides, these idiots decided they're going to come from behind me and cut in front of me. Now, I panicked, but I was calm, right? But if I had hit the brakes too hard or anything, I could have went into a spin on that bridge, out of here. They didn't care. They literally didn't care, bro. They cutting people off. Somebody down the street did actually get into an accident. You know what I'm saying? They ran the red. One of them ran the red light on the other side of the bridge. It was just crazy, bro. So it's a big problem. Now, Tank got lucky because no one was fatally injured, or no one was injured, or no fatalities or nothing happened. So he was lucky in that department. But if you're not careful, things like this, when you're young, you get money, you're enjoying yourself. If you're not careful, man, look, I was young before I made mistakes. But if you ain't careful, man, like the average Joe can't do this and get away with it. See what I'm saying? The average Joe ain't finna get away with stuff like this. So Tank gonna have to be careful. He's gonna have to change his surroundings and change his habits. That's what he's gonna have to do. It's time for Tank to grow up and change his habits, because if you don't, then the people are gonna get him. I'm telling you. See, a lot of us as black folks, we got a problem with an OG or somebody older trying to give some game to the youngin and telling him how he should move and what he should stop doing. A lot of people got a problem with that. Oh man, you telling him, and then them people get a hold of them. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be telling them what to do 3 times a day, all day long. Tell you when to eat, when to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? What time you gotta turn the lights off? Be quiet. When you can watch TV, when you can't. So this is serious business. And everybody look, certain people gonna feel how they want to feel about this anyway. But if it's your family who was the victim of something like this, then you're gonna feel differently. See what I'm saying? If it's your family, if you somewhere, see, this is to all the hardworking people out there, the people who actually work for stuff, and the things that you have, right? You put your money into this vehicle, you got your vehicle, you got your nice paint job you want, you know what I mean? You got your car detailed, you take pride in your ride, you take care of your ride. Somebody who reckless decide to smack your ride up because they driving crazy, so bam, now your car messed up, all right? Now let's say you in a rough spot. Let's say you got bills, you got all this stuff coming. You can't afford no $500 deductible right now, because mine is $500. Some people it's more than that. But let's say you can't afford it. What if I couldn't afford a $500 deductible? Now I got to ride around with a dent in my car until I can get $500. You see what I'm saying? Another incident happened Well, one time, because according to the law, everybody's supposed to have insurance to drive. You're supposed to have drivers, auto insurance. That's what it's supposed to be the law. My wife's car get hit one time a couple years ago by a lady, reckless driving, wasn't paying attention. She's swerving around the corner, and almost hit my wife. My wife was opening up the door. This lady, boom, smacked the she smacked the door, my wife's door off, right? So luckily for me, my wife was fine, but the lady smacked the door off, right? Police come to the scene, everything. The lady stayed there, right? Tried to talk to her. She wouldn't come out the car. She wouldn't even acknowledge our presence. Tried to check on her. She just acting like she's in such trauma, right? Police get there, find out this lady ain't got no driver's license. Lady ain't got no insurance. Ain't even supposed to be driving. Guess who had to pay for the accident? That's right. My wife's insurance had to pay for it. Guess who had to pay the deductible? Me. Hold on, my blaze. Yeah, so I'm not sympathetic at all to reckless driving. Just not. It's dangerous. Every time you get out there, you put your life in somebody else's hands because somebody else drunk or somebody else having a good time or they just don't care about life in general. And they can just smack into you, you know what I'm saying, ruin your whole situation. Everything you got going on is ruined. So Tank got a few other cases he got to deal with. Hopefully he grew up though, and he take the advice from the people around him, some positive energy, and hopefully this scares him enough because they're gonna hit him in a civil lawsuit. They're gonna hit him, but hopefully he don't just chalk that up as a walk in the park. But he got to learn something from it because the next time the lesson that's gonna be taught could be more brutal. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on the matter. Y'all let me know what y'all think. 78 Sports TV. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Y'all smash that like button, hit the subscribe, share the video. We up out of here. Deuces.